This film is absolutely a fantastic anime film that I would highly recommend families to check out. This film is absolutely one of the better DreamWorks films that I have ever seen. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is RCD Movie Reviews. My name is On the Brinker, and today, this is an early review, guys. I got a chance to see an advanced screening of this movie. So this is my early review of the latest DreamWorks film, The Wild Robot. This movie is directed by Chris Sanders, and this movie stars Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, Kit Connor, Bill Nighy, Mark Hamill, and Catherine O'Hara. After a shipwreck, an intelligent robot called Rhames, that's voiced by Lupita Nyong'o, is stranded on an uninhabited island. To survive the harsh environment, Rhames bonds with the island's animals and cares for an orphaned baby goose. So yes, I had a chance to see an advanced screening of this film because I don't think this film is released in Australia yet, I think in the next week. So I got a chance to see an advanced screening of The Wild Robot, while also seeing an advanced screening of Transformers 1 that I'm going to see today. Pretty interesting advanced screenings that I'm going to see. And you know, when it comes to advanced screenings of films that are before that, I always wanted to get these reviews done early so I can recommend you guys for the future. So, The Wild Robot, I saw the trailers for this movie and I don't know what to think, to be honest. This film could go in two different ways. I know that the animation looks absolutely gorgeous in the trailers, but I don't know what to think. I don't know if I'm gonna like this film or not like this film. It just looks okay for me when it comes to the trailers for this film. Even though this film has an excellent voice casting from Lupita Nyong'o, Pedro Pascal, Kit Connor, Mark Hamill, Bill Nighy, Catherine O'Hara, like great voice casting, I just don't know what to think. But Chris Sanders directed Lilo & Stitch, which is a great Disney film, and he directs some other great animated films. So let's see how this film turns out. And guys, literally after I walked out of The Wild Robot, I was extremely surprised by this movie. This film is absolutely a fantastic anime film that I would highly recommend families to check out. This film is absolutely one of the better DreamWorks films that I have ever seen. And of course, let's talk about the animation in The Wild Robot, because absolutely the animation is gorgeous in this film. This movie looks fantastic. I saw this movie in IMAX. I get a chance to see an IMAX event screening of this movie, and I'm going to see the same thing with Transformers 1, but the animation in this movie is absolutely breathtaking. There are some fantastic looking animation in this film. Honestly, some of the best that I've seen this year so far with Inside Out 2. It's like the animation is its own character in this movie, and the animation absolutely looks beautiful in this film. But let's also talk about the characters in the film, especially Lupita Nyong'o voicing the robot Rhames. A robot that's basically tasked to do anything possible. Basically, her arc in this film is to do a task and complete it to help humanity, but unfortunately the robot is in the wrong place here. She is stranded on this island where basically she doesn't really belong. She's supposed to help humans, but of course she is surrounded by different animals and trying to help them and stuff, and it's about her fitting into this world that she is not supposed to be in. And the Lupita Nyong'o voicing Rhames is fantastic in the film. It's about a robot that's trying to basically learn what it takes to become human and about finding her purpose in this world. And I thought Rhames' arc in this film is really fantastic in this film. Her chemistry with all the other animals in the film is fantastic. I love the chemistry that she has with Pedro Pascal's character, who is named Ving in this film, is this fox in the film that at first he cares a lot about himself, but he learns to basically care for others in the film. And I thought Pedro Pascal does a really great voice casting in the film. Really great voice acting in the film. But of course the heart of this film is Rhames' chemistry with this goose character that she has found, that is named Bright Bill, that's voiced by Kit Connor, and their chemistry is absolutely the biggest heartfelt moments of the film. It's of course the biggest heart of this film, and their chemistry is absolutely wonderful in this film. They have a really good, in a way, mother and son type chemistry, even though the two are completely different from one another. Their chemistry presents a lot of heart to the film, and Kit Connor does a really good job voicing over this character, but the rest of the voice cast is fantastic in this film. But what really stands out in The Wild Robot, really surprisingly, is the themes and messages that this film presented. This film is about finding your place where you belong. Of course, it's a movie about a robot in a place where she doesn't belong, and it's about her having no choice to try and fit in this environment. And those themes and aspects really work for me in this film. From start to finish, I was on board. Like, from the start of this movie, it gets very chaotic in a really good way. It gets you in within the story. And I would say this movie is a perfect representation of a film that's great for kids and also great for adults. There are some great messages for kids, there are some great messages for adults, there are some kids jokes, but also there are some dark humor for adults, which I was really surprised about. This film represents, I think, what an animated film should do. Appeal to kids and adults, learning about life, learning about messages, and it's a film that really is beautiful when it comes to the themes and the messages itself. But also I would say the music and the score of this movie is absolutely fantastic in this film. It's epic, and also the songs that are presented in the film is also really good in the film. There is one song in this film that I cannot get stuck in my head. There are some great song choices and there are some great score composers in the film, and I gotta give really good props to the score of the film. It sounds absolutely beautiful on the big screen. And is this film emotional? Absolutely. There are some great heartfelt scenes in this film that I was tearing up at a couple of moments, I'm not gonna lie. I was really surprised of how great The Wild Robot is. This film is absolutely, I would say so far, tied with Inside Out 2, being the best animated film of this year. If I had one issue of the film, it's the third act. It definitely goes into a predictable route that we've seen a couple of times before. We got a villain in this movie that is kind of like out of nowhere just for the sake of the third act to happen. It didn't bother me or anything, but it definitely is my least favorite element of The Wild Robot. But guys, I was so surprised of how good The Wild Robot is, guys. I would recommend highly when this movie comes out. Definitely families and kids, definitely check out The Wild Robot. This is a great movie about a robot that's trying to find her place where she belongs. She has a great chemistry with Bright Bill in the film and all the other animal friends. The voice cast in this film is excellent, the animation is beautiful, the score of the film is also really breathtaking. This is definitely tied with Inside Out 2 being one of my favorite animated films of the year. This film absolutely blew me away. I love the messages, I love the themes of this movie. This film is hilarious, it's also very emotional. It's basically a film that's a perfect representation of what an animated film of every year should be. I would say, what a great year for animation with Inside Out 2 and now The Wild Robot. I would say, go see The Wild Robot on the big screen. Seriously guys, this is one of the better DreamWorks films that I have ever seen. This movie, honestly, I cannot wait to watch this movie again. This is definitely an animated film with Inside Out 2 that I will absolutely remember this year. So guys, that is my early review for The Wild Robot. Let me know what you think of this film in the comments below. Do you like the film, hate the film, or you thought it's okay if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me, and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel notify for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a nice day.